Which view of the quality argues that quality is something you immediately recognize but cannot explicitly define according to David Galvin of the Harvard Business School? Transcendental Raw. Transcendental explanation. Transcendental view of the quality as described by David Gravin argues that the quality is something you immediately recognize but cannot explicitly define. It is a subjective philosophical perspective often tied to perceptions of an excellence and innate understanding, a kind of I know it when I see it concept. Why other options or manufacturers view this view defines a quality in terms of conformance to specifications and production standards. Product view. This view defines a quality in terms of measurable product attributes and characteristics. User view, although not listed as an option in the queries list, this view is also distinct and defines quality as a ability to meet the customer's needs and expectations. Name the phase of the unified process model where customer communications and planning takes place. Inception phase. Inception phase. Explanation. The inception phase is an initial phase of the unified process model where customer communication and planning activities takes place to establish the project goals, scope and feasibility. Key activities include identifying business requirements through collaborations with stakeholders, defining the project scope and an initial rough architecture, developing a plan for the iterative incremental nature of the project, accessing major risk and estimating cost and schedules. Why other options are incorrect? Construction phase. The phase is a construction phase. This phase is primarily focused on the development, coding, and testing of the actual software product based on the established design. From earlier phase, customer communication is minimal compared to the initial phase. Elaboration phase, while customer communication and planning still occur, the main focus of this phase is on refining the project architecture, performing detailed risk analysis, and establishing a stable architecture baseline for the system. Most initial high level planning and scope definitions are completed in the inception phase. Translation phase. This is the final phase which involves delivering the final product to end user. Activities include beta testing, user training, and system development. Planning at this stage is primarily for deployment and user support. Consider two-dimensional array A of 10 and 15. Assume that each element takes one memory location and base address of array A is 100. Consider the lower bound of row and column as 0. What is the addresses of Aij if array is sorted in the row major form? 59 plus j plus 2. Okay, understand the formula. 59 plus j plus 10 100 అనమాట. Understand the formula for row major order. The memory addresses of for an element aij in a 2D array sorted in a row major ordered with O based indexing is calculated using the formula. Addresses aij is equals to b plus I into c plus j into s, where b is the base addresses, I is the row index, j is the column index, c is the number of columns, and s is the size of the each elements. Step 2, substitute the given values. Given values are b is equals to 100, I and j as a variable, c is equals to 15 from a of 10, 15, and s is equals to 1 memory location. Substituting these into the formula given addresses a of I j is equals to 100 plus I into 15 plus j into 1. Addresses of aij is equals to 100 plus 15i plus j. Address of aij is equals to 59 plus j plus 100. Answer is 59 plus j plus 100. In the pushdown automator translation functions, delta is in the form of the formula. Q is an infinite set of states. Sigma is the finite input alphabet. Delta gamma is in a finite state of alternation. Epsilon represents the string.
In a pushdown automaton, PDA, the transitional function, often denoted by delta, is typically defined in the form delta Q times sigma cup epsilon times gamma to mathcal P underscore finite Q times gamma caret asterisk, where 1 Q is the finite set of states. 2. Sigma is the finite input alphabet. 3. Gamma is the finite stack alphabet. 4. Epsilon represents the empty string, null transition. And 5. Mathcal P underscore finite Q times gamma caret asterisk denotes the finite power set of pairs of the next state and the string of symbols to push onto the stack. The function maps a current state, an optional input symbol, and the symbol at the top of the stack to a finite set of possible next states and a corresponding string to replace the top of the stack, e.g., replace, push, pop, 1. This is because PDAs are often non-deterministic by definition.